Hey everybody on YouTube, this is Kyle Snyder once again, aka Clipton, and I'm sure many of you have already heard the news now about Andrew Luck getting injured. I mean, he suffered a laceration in one of his kidneys and a partial abdomen tear. He's going to be out for 2 to 6 weeks, and once again, this is bad news for the Colts because Andrew Luck was finally starting to get back into the form that he was in for the previous 3 seasons, and now we have to rely on Matt Hasselbeck again, which, if you've seen the way he's played, you know, he's still got it, but, you know, this late into the season, I mean, we really need to step up our game. I mean, I expected the Colts to do a lot better this season. I expected them to have at least 7 wins, 6 or 7 wins so far this season, and the record is 4-5. And I mean, to me, that's not acceptable. I mean, the Colts were not playing the way the Colts should be playing this season, you know, until recently, until we got rid of Pep Hamilton, and which I felt was a necessary change because, let's face it, the Colts were not playing like the Colts previously to having to switch offensive coordinators. Because, I mean, to me, any season that does not have at least 10 wins is a bad season, in my opinion. I mean, it's gotten to the point where the Colts have become an elite team, and I have high expectations for them. I expect them to have double-digit wins every season. Any season in which they do not have at least 10 victories is a failed season, in my opinion. And I mean, we can't afford to lose 2 more games. I mean, if we lose 2 more games, we're not going to have double-digit victories this season like we have most seasons. I mean, yes, I know the 2011 season, the Colts only had 2 victories, but they had an excuse. They didn't have a quarterback. We have a quarterback this time. There is no excuse for us to not have double-digit wins. And another thing that I feel that needed to be addressed during the offseason but wasn't, was that we needed to improve our offensive linemen. Instead of getting an offensive lineman in the first round of the draft like we should have, we instead got another wide receiver. And I know the Colts want to score a lot of points in every game, but the fact of the matter is, if you don't have an offensive line to protect the quarterback, that's not going to happen. You need to have offensive linemen who can adequately protect your starting quarterback. And the only offensive lineman that has proven to be able to do that is Anthony Costanzo, who we ironically got. Yeah, I believe we got him in the 2011 season. Yeah, I believe it was that. But anyways, Anthony Costanzo is like our only good offensive lineman. We need to get more offensive linemen who can do the job adequately. I mean, yeah, we have plenty of weapons on our wide receivers and tight ends. I mean, we don't need any more of those. What we need are offensive linemen. And as for Andrew Luck, you know, I hope he recovers soon. You know, I hope he's able to stay in the form that he was all the seasons that he has played. I mean, yes, I know somewhere down the line he was going to get injured. I mean, it's inevitable for a lot of players. They're going to get injured sometime in their careers. But still, I expect a lot better from the Indianapolis Colts. You know, I expect them to do better than having to settle for the number 4 seed in the playoffs. And in fact, speaking of the playoffs, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make it to the playoffs because we've given the Houston Texans plenty of room to catch up. I mean, forget about the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, we know they're not going to make it to the playoffs. I mean, the Houston Texans, they now have a chance to overtake the Indianapolis Colts. And I don't want that to happen because if to us Colts, if we don't if we don't win the division, we're not going to make it to the playoffs. Okay, we do not have enough victories to get a wild card spot. Because, I mean, let's face it, there are plenty of other teams in the AFC that have a chance to get the wild card spot. You know, namely the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, yes, I know Ben Roethlisberger is probably going to be out for some time with that ankle injury, but the Steelers still have a chance to get the second wild card spot. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on the season for the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, we really need to step it up. I expect a lot better from them. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.